Oh my god. What the fuck? Why are there wraiths in this fucking game? Oh my god. Fuck you, Bungie. What's up, YouTube? It's Riggs here, bringing you guys another video today. And today we are going to be playing some Destiny multiplayer, as you may be able to tell. And obviously, this is going to be from the beta that ended a few days ago. Might be a little late on this video. Probably should have uploaded it like the day it ended or the day after, which was like, it ended Sunday, so yeah, this is a little bit late, but still, I wanted to give you guys my opinion on the beta as a whole, so that includes the single player and the multiplayer. And before we get into anything, I want to let you guys know that clip at the beginning where I called the tank thing a Wraith. I know it's not actually called a Wraith in this game, I know it's called an Interceptor, but really, let's be honest, it looks exactly like the Wraith from Halo, and it's a fucking Wraith. So, as I play this game, I will be calling it a Wraith, and that's that. So, before we get into any of the multiplayer stuff, I just want to give you guys a quick rundown of the single player. First of all, the single player is most closely related to a game that I've played. Well, in my eyes, it's most closely related to Borderlands, the Borderlands series as a whole, so either 1 or 2. And I think that because, number one, this game, even the multiplayer, so it doesn't have to do only with the single player, but the single player, obviously, it has this class system. Now, by that I mean, there are 3 different classes that you can choose from, and within those classes, there are 2 different subclasses that the game has released to us so far. So there may be more than just those 2 subclasses. One of the subclasses, obviously, you got to play while you were in the beta, and the other one was locked at level 15, was unlocked at level 15. So I'm thinking that there are probably more subclasses you can unlock as you progress further through the game, as you level up in multiplayer. But that's not what I want to talk about first, guys. I want to talk about the single player with you guys. So, the single player is, it's not like you go into a, It's not like you go into a specific place, and after that, you get a bunch of quests, or missions, whatever you want to call them, and then you go out into the world to wherever these missions are taking place, and you complete them, and then you go back, turn in all these missions to whoever, and you get your rewards for it. In the Destiny beta, and obviously in the Destiny game when it comes out, there is this world map, pretty much. So, you start in this place called Tower, which I really have no clue where it is. But then there's a bunch of stuff spread out. At least on the beta, it was just on Earth. And then they unlocked the moon missions for like an hour. So I didn't really get to play that, unfortunately. But pretty much what you do is there are multiple places on planet Earth that you can fast travel to. And when you get there, the mission is automatically started. So once you get there, it'll give you your little waypoints on your screen. It'll tell you what your objective is for that particular part of the mission, and then as you complete that part of the mission, it'll tell you what to do to progress through the mission until you're done, and then after you're done, it's immediately mission end, and it'll take you back to orbit, which is where you choose where you want to go from there. So usually, you'll go back to orbit, and you'll either choose to do the next level of missions, or you'll go back to tower to get some gear, or whatever you want to do. But that is pretty much it for the single player that I've seen, at least. Just wanted to let you guys know exactly how the mission system worked in this game. And it's a little bit different from other games that have like missions and leveling up your character and stuff like that. Usually, in other games that I've played at least, there's just this one central location. You get a bunch of quests from a bunch of different people, a bunch of missions, whatever the fuck you want to call it, from a bunch of different people, and after that, you go do those missions, come back, turn them in to whoever you want, to whoever you got those missions from, and then you're good. You get your rewards, and you go about your day. So, now let's get into what all of you probably care about, which is the multiplayer. Now, first of all, I just want to say that I've very much enjoyed Destiny's multiplayer. It was, a lot of the stuff is very balanced in my opinion. Those supercharged moves that you just saw both of us use, you saw me pull out my golden pistol, and that was the Warlock, so he threw his little ball, big ball of death at me, and we killed each other. So, first of all, before we get into anything else, I just want to explain to you what the 3 different classes are and their subclasses within each tree. or within each class. So number one, we'll start off with my class. I chose to play as the Hunter, and the Hunter subclass is Gunslinger. It also has a Blade Dancer subclass, but that was not unlocked in the beta, as that was supposed to be unlocked at level 15, and the level cap in the beta was level 8, so no one really got to experiment with that. But the one that I'm playing in this game, and all of my other gameplays that I got, is the Gunslinger subclass. Now, the Gunslinger subclass gives you that golden pistol that you've seen me pull out a couple times in this game, and it has 3 shots in it, and it is an instant kill. So if you hit your bullet on the person, they are going to die, and some people find that overpowered. I don't think it's as overpowered as the other ones I'm about to tell you in a second, but I mean, obviously it is pretty overpowered because just the supercharges are all overpowered to someone that's not using their supercharge. Now, if you there are other parts within the subclass that are special to each subclass, so obviously you can get different grenades depending on the class and subclass you're playing. You can get different melee overrides, which mine in this game is a throwing knife, so if I press RB and I'm not in range of someone to knife them, it will throw a knife, and then actually that will go on cooldown. So it's not like Call of Duty where you get 1 knife, or if you're using the double lethal perk, you get 2 knives, and then you're done unless you go pick it up. You have a knife, you have infinite amounts of knives that you can throw, but it is on a cooldown. So you have to be smart about when you throw them. You can't just spam them across the map or throw them at someone just because you, I don't know. But you have to be smart about when you throw your knife. You can't just spam them. And I've actually used my knife when I didn't even want to a couple times, because I'll just knife the air sometimes in other games, and in this game you can't do that, or you will throw a knife and then it'll go on cooldown, and you're kind of fucked after that. But honestly, in my opinion, the throwing knife is pretty shitty. You can't, there's no like crosshair to aim it with like there is in Call of Duty games, and you can't hold it. So once you press RB, your knife is pulling up and throwing out of your hand immediately, and you have no time to line up a shot at all. I already said you also get special grenades, and that's pretty much it. So each class and subclass, I think that's pretty cool, how it's not, some stuff is just to that particular class, and then the subclass alters a few things out of it. Every subclass has something different, so you can be a Hunter Blade Dancer and be completely different than a Hunter Gunslinger is. I looked at the Blade Dancer tree a little bit, because you could actually look at the trees, but you couldn't play them. That's the only class that wasn't unlocked that I actually looked at, so I don't know what the other subclasses for the Titan and the Warlock are, but I spent a lot of time on the Hunter. So let's start talking about the Warlock next. So the Warlock's supercharge ability you saw earlier in this video, it's the ball of death that he throws at you, and that destroys everything in sight. That's why I personally think it's more overpowered than the Golden Gun, in my opinion. Just because the Golden Gun, you have to aim, you have to shoot, and you have to hit your shot in order to get the kill. And if there's multiple people there, you're probably not killing them all, because you have 3 bullets, number 1. So if there's more than 3 bullets, you're going to die. And more than 3 people, you're going to die. And you have to aim at each person individually, shoot, and then go to the next person. Whereas the Warlock can just throw a ball at the ground and kills you. And that grenade that I just ran into, that has my health super fucking low right now, that's overpowered as hell, because it's a vortex and hurts everyone within it, and I thought it was my teammates, and apparently it wasn't, so that's cool. So the Warlocks they're not super overpowered like I'm making them out to be, but personally, I think their supercharge ability is better than the Hunters, and their grenades are by far better. I hate the Hunter grenades. Like, that is a piece of shit that I just threw. It gets some kills sometimes, but it's not a good grenade. And the other one is just an incendiary grenade, so it has flames. So that's pretty much all I know about the Warlock. I didn't get a chance to play it. See, that was the Hunter's grenade I just ran into. You can see how much less damage that did to me than the Warlocks that I ran into off my spawn. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Warlock. I didn't get a chance to play him, so I don't know too much about it. Now, let's get into the Titan and his supercharge ability. The Titan supercharge ability is by far the most overpowered in my opinion, and the most annoying to get killed by. I don't want to say overpowered because they're not really overpowered. They all kill you instantly, so it's not really that it's overpowered. I just find it most annoying to get killed by the Titan, like, by far. Just because the Titan, he runs at you and fucking smashes the ground like he's the Hulk or something. And if you're sitting there shooting at someone that's just blindly running at you and you think they're a freaking idiot, because they're just running at you, not shooting at you, letting you light them up while they're not even trying to defend themselves, and then they just get close to you and press their bumpers and slam the ground and you die, and if anyone's around you, they die too. That's pretty damn annoying in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know anything about the Titan's grenades. I haven't really experimented with them or looked at their tree at all. I just wanted to let you guys know what their supercharged abilities were, and we're actually running out of time in this commentary. I thought I was going to get to talk about a lot more than that. But that's pretty much the main part of the multiplayer, is the different classes. Obviously, every class can use any type of gun. There's no, like, certain classes get a advantage with certain types of guns. Everyone has the same advantage with other guns. I don't know for sure about the armor situation, because there is a thing called armor in this game, and if you have more armor, you're obviously going to be able to take more bullets. I don't know if if a Titan class gets more armor than a Warlock. I just don't know for sure yet. But if I do, I will be sure to let you guys know on a later date. But we are running out of time for today's video, guys, so hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to drop a like, and if you'd like to see more from me in the future, be sure to subscribe. Peace.